brother down with Shizzywhiznut.
Alrighty. Open letter to Legally Lips. A response from reality. Who doesn't give a fuck about your feelings? Dear Lips, you slithered out of your latest live stream with a puffed chest, tossing out a challenge like we're in a high school cafeteria and your sense of relevance depends on a 5-minute roast battle. But let's be clear, crystal clear. Not dildo crystal, but just crystal clear. So it pierces through whatever Botox laminated echo chamber you're screaming into. Here's the inconvenient truth you've missed in your rush to be roasted. It was never about you. You inserted yourself like a used Band-Aid into a court record, and now you're demanding attention. Like we're all supposed to clap for the infection. Or have an infection because of the clap. I need some antibiotics just reading this. This was never about you. It still isn't, by the way, you fucking moron. You were the desperate clinger-on who looked at real litigation, real defamation, real discovery, and thought, oh, what if I made this about me? And like clockwork, well, you did. You turned on your camera, opened your oversized cockwasher, and dragged your brittle little ego into something that was already 10 steps ahead of you. You wanted to be famous for surviving the fire. But all you did was light a match while standing in a pool of gasoline. Not such a bright move. Like a Buddhist monk. I already like where this is going. Is it too soon? Like a Buddhist monk. You lit that match and no one so much as noticed or gave a shit. I personally wouldn't piss in your asshole if your guts were on fire. But let's be honest. You couldn't roast a marshmallow without crying into your AI prompts about how unfair life is for a disrespected, retired lawyer whose husband might not know that you're using his name to file pleadings. You're not building content. You're flailing like a drowning raccoon in a kiddie pool full of your own bullshit. Oh. You were never the focal point of this litigation. You weren't in the complaint. You weren't in the first wave of court coverage. No one scouted your footage for contradictions or gave serious attention to your existence until you parachuted into this with a frivolous sideshow suit, got laughed out of the room by your own contradictions, and then voluntarily dismissed half the named defendants less than 3 weeks later. You showed up late, loud, and uninvited, like someone crashing a courtroom to pitch a YouTube channel that no one gives two shits about. What you mistake for roasting is really just documented analysis because of a person with no strategy, no consistent legal theory, and no emotional discipline.
None.
The moment you filed a lawsuit and then live streamed your emotions about it, you weren't a content creator. You were exhibit material. A how not to end up as a rubber room commando. So your roast implies some mutual recognition of worth, or most of the time, respect, for which we have none. A roast is for people who've done something. You're not being roasted. You're being examined, unraveled, and exposed. Not because you're interesting. Not because you're dangerous in the way only a desperate narcissist with a Wi-Fi connection can be. You say you're hungry for content. Oh, I bet you're hungry for a lot of things. No, you're starving for relevance is what it is. And this pathetic challenge, well, it's your way of begging the adults in the room to notice you. Look at me! Look at me! My lips are flapping away, but they're real, I swear! But here's the kicker. We don't. You're not interesting. You're not threatening. You're not even necessary. What you are doing is, well, just stealing space and air. Your name only came up because you made yourself the loudest nobody in the room. You're not a main character. You're a side quest no one asked for. And where everybody keeps saying, decline, decline, skip, skip. Every time you want to give your little bullshit tutorial. Built entirely on delusion, desperation, and deceit. You're not a queen. Well, she's kind of a drama queen, but you're a case study. Let's break it down for your Botox-addled melon to understand. The lawsuit wasn't about you. You made it about you. The lawsuit you filed was a transparent attempt to attach yourself to existing litigation. Not about people that have and continue to defame and harass. And the minute you felt pressure, you dropped the claims against everyone but Jeremy and George. Why? Well, because you realize your case against the others would unravel faster than your than your defense of airing private footage and calling it advocacy. Not that you'll get anything from this lawsuit except some sort of recognition or, well, some hole that we can hand you a can of salve afterwards that you can put on that hurts the most. Now you're posting challenges like a TikTok teen trying to salvage a mid-tier PR stunt. You're not defending your position. You're auditioning for relevance. I've got a Netflix show. I finally made it. You were the background.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What is that you say? Sorry.
You were the background noise. Then you made yourself the punchline. Before you sued, you were just another anonymous voice in the flea circus, whispering about stalking, weaponizing CPS, and court conspiracies without verifying a single claim. But now, well, with your name on a complaint, every contradiction is in play. You didn't get dragged into this. You leapt into this little shithole. Eyes closed and ego first, then pretended you were targeted for being bold. No lips. You weren't targeted. You volunteered, you fucking idiot.
Amen.
And when the spotlight landed, you tripped on your own overinflated ego.
Lips.
Yeah.
Can't tell which one she tripped over first, her ego or her lips. Whatever
And
it was,
wrapped
it was a
yourself
flapping sound.
around the crystal dildo of stupidity. You don't want to roast, you want to rebrand. This isn't about coverage, it's about control. You don't want to be held accountable, you want to co-opt the narrative. You're not challenging people to a battle. You're trying to reset the terms of engagements so you can pretend this was all performance art instead of legal recklessness. This was a defamation suit. I almost said defecation. Well,
Could be for
Also
her.
fitting.
same. You're trying to make a theater. You're trying to make it a theater edition.
Like eating out of a dog bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
But the script's already written. And you're just background foot stomping in the corner because no one paid you attention. Real content doesn't beg to be seen. You keep telling people you're a content creator, but the content? It's all deflection, contradiction, and ego. You film videos not to prove a case, but to remind everyone you're still here. It's not legal commentary, it's cosplay with bad scripting and worse judgment. You're like a little fucking gnat that just won't go away. Or a flea. We don't need to roast you. You do it every time you open your cockwasher and hit go live. So here's the response to your challenge, Lips. No. We're not going to waste our time giving you some complimentary roast like we have some modicum of respect for your dumbass. No. We're not interested in some juvenile roast off to prove who's the real content creator. The proof is in the pudding. You are irrelevant, contrived, stale, been there, done that. You are a used condom, or you are a used cum dumpster of bad regrets and looking for relevance. A walking jizz trough. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Where did that come from? We're here to expose the grift, the false narratives, the frivolous filings, and the people trying to hijack real legal proceedings for personal attention. And that, Lips, is not you. We're digging into your past. The real one. Not the curated victim narrative you rehearse in live streams. You are being exposed. Not really in a good way. You're not the story. You're the stain on the page. The lint in my belly button. The piece of shit at the bottom of my boot. You're not the victim. You're the volunteer. The one that begs to be seen but will always be overlooked. Oh, but sometimes you get a glance, but as soon as you open that Botox-injected cockwasher, I didn't have to say it. He put it in there. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, see, you're catching on. It is just a turnoff. You're not the one exposing corruption. You're the one desperately hoping your name gets typed enough times to show up in someone else's algorithm, or maybe pop up like, I don't know, Beetlejuice, if they say your name 3 times. And now that you've demanded attention, well, you're going to get it, but not how you want it. Every contradiction, every lie, every deleted video, every manipulation, every witness you've tried to sway, every failed power play, every dirty trick tucked behind fake virtue and AI-fueled psychobabble. All of it. You wanted the smoke? You got it with documents. We're not dragging you. We're documenting you. And when it's over, there won't be a roast. There will be a record. And you've earned it. Mm-hmm. You're a distraction. You've always been a distraction. You're a nightmare-filled horror to clowns. And as the legal pressure increases, as the court filings grow more serious, you'll realize that we already knew before you injected yourself into this. Your story arc ends in irrelevance. No roast required. Shizzywhiznut, holding the receipts while you hold the camera at arm's length because, well, you just don't need another lens broken. Because you're the lowest one on the totem pole that you weren't even carved into. And still, you're fucking daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.